we are having, doesn't look particularly sunny today, but the summer in the UK this year has been pretty hot and humid overall. We are getting some pretty damned heavy showers now and then, which is not a bad thing as long as I'm not stuck in them. But for all you people who you non-Brits who think that it's permanently foggy and cold and dreary and bloody terrible in this country, well, you're wrong, it's not. And that's probably the kiss of death. It's probably going to piss down with rain any second now that I've said that. Not that it's due to be very humid, very warm and dry today. So I'm just out for a little bit of a ride around, just for the sake of having a bit of a ride around today. That's the great thing about riding a bike, you can just get away from it. I mean, I know here I am on the surface of the planet Earth, but I'm not connected to anything other than the bike, so temporarily I can get away from all the shit that is life, you know, all the bad news and all the crap that people think we want to listen to. There are people out there who don't want to listen to all this crap, but I'm not one of them. I'd rather listen to the thump of an engine. Or the chirping birds, or anything but the crap that you get on the internet and on the TV. Now, of course, the downside to lovely summers like this is traffic. And of course, Rozzers, or the Old Bill, or the Boys in Blue, even though they wear black, or the Coppers, or the Feds, or whatever the hell you call them. Anyway, they seem to like the nice weather as well, so you've got to be a little bit mindful of them whenever you hit a speed limit, or a sweet spot, a sweet motorcycling spot. Because that's the place they hang around. Now, this isn't particularly a sweet spot for motorcycle riding, but strangely and surprisingly, right at the moment, I've got a clean license. Not one single policeman's signature on my license, and I kind of want to keep it that way. And I'm in no rush, so I'm not going to risk points on my license. It's in a bit of a dodgy place, all that debris and shite on the road. Now I can report that removing that engine breather recirculation pipe, the one that used to recycle all the fumes, or any fumes from the engine breather back through the air filter, at the moment has made zero difference, but I haven't changed air filters. Now the next time I'm going to look at it, but I probably will go the K&N or similar reusable air filter route for just that reason. I can reuse it. I've got one on my CCM. I have that kind of filter, and depending on whether it's dusty, dirty, whatever the conditions are, whatever the crap is that I'm breathing in, the convenient thing about that is I can wash the old filter out and clean it, re-oil it and pop it back in. That's why I tend to go that route. Some people say they do give you a performance gain. I think you need combinations of things to give you the kind of performance gain that you're actually going to feel. Because if you gain a couple of brake horsepower by putting a filter in, you've got to bear in mind that you only make maximum power at peak revs. And who rides their bike at peak revs all the time? I don't think very many people do. Maybe if you're on track days or you race for a living, maybe then. But in normal day-to-day use on public roads, you never use them. Or you never use peak power, or if you do use it, it's very rare and for very short periods of time. So I think the biggest power gainer on this bike that I have done is going to be the cam, which you notice if you're riding it towards the top end of its range, but you don't really notice it around town or when you're riding gently like this. But combinations of things are probably a better direction to take. So I mean, on this bike I've got the cam, the D-Cat, and I've lost a shitload of weight. Oh, and possibly the engine breather recirculation pipe. I can't believe that would make a big difference, if any at all. So K&N filter, or K&N style filter, reusable filter, is all I've got left really. But the main thing I would say is for power gain, it's going to be cam and the loss of weight. I have lost a fair bit of weight off this bike. I've never actually weighed it, but if you look at all the stuff I've taken off, most of which I think I've only sold the centre stand. I think I've still got everything else. I mean, of course, I replaced the original twin exhaust system for a 2-into-1. So, you know, I took a load of weight off when I removed it and then replaced it with what probably amounts to half as much weight-ish. So the only truly accurate way of knowing how much weight I've lost would be to weigh everything that's come off the bike, and then weigh everything that's gone on. Some of the stuff that came off the bike didn't get replaced, some of the bling parts, and some parts did get replaced. I mean, I can't ride it around without an exhaust system on it, for example. The cam, which I've just been talking about, that's going to be weight-wise, that's going to be like for like, and we're only talking a couple of pounds anyway. So it'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting exercise to do. But the problem with that, weighing all the stuff I took off the bike, is pretty much fairly easy because it's all in boxes in my garage. Weighing all the stuff I replaced it with would mean stripping the bike down. So it'll probably never happen. again, I'm not some power crazed kid. This bike isn't about power and performance. This bike's all torquey and rideability and ease of rideability, I'll be honest. Incredibly easy bike to ride.